Hello guys, welcome back to my channel F1-1. Today we are here at FRT Master League for the Austrian GP. We actually joined this league 3 rounds ago in Canada and we had the podium, and now we are here in Austria. Unfortunately, our stream of the qualifying crashed, so we have no record of the qualifying session. We come home P5, it was wet qualifying, very nice lap, but only P5 on the grid, just 1.5 tenths away from pole position. We are now lining up on the grid, we have a free choice of tire, and we decided to go on mediums, to go on soft at the end of the race. Also, we have our teammate alongside that decided to do the same strategy, and we have the Renault in front, also medium tires. The other guys are everyone on soft. We are now ready to go. We have 5 red lights and away we go. Getting a decent start. We are on mediums, so a little bit less traction than the others. Coming now to turn 1, around the outside, we are being tapped on the inside, going wide in the first corner, losing 2 positions. Just have a replay of the start from my teammate point of view. He gets a really bad start. He was attacked by an Alpha on the inside. At this point he made contact with the Alpha and then bounces into my car, sending me wide at turn 1. At this point you can see that my teammate is steering as much as possible not to hit me, but there is no chance that he's gonna brake in time. So we made contact and we have been pushed wide. Coming back live into lap 1, we are following the Alpha and the As that got past us at turn 1. The main goal for this first lap was to stay as close as possible as to the guy in front, because we are on soft, and if we can survive the first 2 laps without DRS, we could hang on to the tail of the car ahead with the DRS. Coming now to the fast left-hander and the third sector of the first lap. We have a little bit of a gap from behind, so no pressure. We are staying really close to the Alpha ahead. We are in 7th position. We lost a couple of places, but the group is very much still there. Keeping now a few laps later, when the DRS has been activated, our goal was achieved. We are in DRS range of the car ahead, and now we have one more problem, because we are running a very high downforce setup. So in a straight line we have not got a very good speed, and the Alpha head has got DRS on the Haas. So it's very difficult to make a move, because we have all the same speed on the straights. Still on lap 3 they have tire advantage over us, so we have to do all we can to stay as close as possible to those guys. We have a little bit of a gap, so putting to hot lap and reach to close a little bit the gap. It seems that in this corner particularly we are really strong, because we make up a lot of time. So staying in the DRS range once again. Skipping now to lap 4, safety car was out. At this point I was literally praying that the guys on soft tire will come to the pit, because that will give us a little bit of free air to push. I think that only the Renault with medium tires is in front of us, so if they pit, we will become P2. Let's see if they pit. But as you can see, all the guys in front continue on soft tires, so not very good news for us. A lot of traffic ahead. Moving now to the end of the safety car period, very crucial to stay as close as possible not to lose any ground to the Alpha. We are now lining up for start once again on the last corner. Here we go again, trying to stay as close as possible, but we have lost a little bit of ground. Now we have 2 more laps to hang on to the tail of the Alpha without a DRS, so we are really pushing to stay in DRS range under 1 second gap. As we came to the hairpin, as you can see, we gain a lot of time in the braking zone. It seems that we are really braking very late and very hard and gaining a little bit of time, using overtake and reach to maximize our straight line speed because we are running very high downforce. At this stage of the race, the soft are pretty much the better tire because they start to go off around lap 10, lap 12. And we take also our first warning for corner cutting. Very difficult not to get any penalty around here. Skipping now onto lap 10, our tires are starting to feel a little bit better and the soft tires are going off quite a bit. So now we are a little bit closer to the guy in front. Once again, he has DRS on the ass, so very difficult to make any ground. But coming off the first corners, as you can see, our traction is better than the Alpha, but on the straight we lose a little bit of touch with him because we are very high downforce, going semi-defensive. He goes past us around the outside, coming into the track from the outside. I thought that he was gonna give me back the position for illegal overtake, but he stays ahead of us. At this stage I was really a little bit frustrated because it was not a fair move, but now we have to follow him. He is on fresher mediums. He pitted under the safety car, so he has 5 or 6 lap fresher tires. We are now trying to follow him as much as possible and make some ground onto the guy on soft. We managed to stay on the DRS, so crucial around here. We are now skipping onto lap 13, once again on the DRS of the McLaren. The McLaren is going to attack the Alpha head, going into the inside. Let's see if we can make a move to the Alpha. Getting really close on the exit. DRS open once again, but we are not gaining enough onto the straight. So the Haas up ahead was overtaken by the McLaren, so the soft tires at this stage are really gone. Our mediums should be the faster tire at this moment. Let's see if they come to the pit and we have a little bit of free air. They decided to continue once again and we take another warning for track limits, so we have now 2 warnings. We cannot afford to take one more because it should be a 3-second time penalty. And it's very crucial that we not get any sort of penalty. Once again exiting very close to the Alpha, but gaining a little bit this time in straight line, using overtake, faking the move once again on the inside. He goes deep. Let's see if we can make an overtake, but we have not got enough traction, so once again we have to stay behind him. He goes once again deep into this right-hander. At this stage we have more grip than him, as you can see also in this left-hander. He's starting to go wide, have his slide a bit. We are making a lot of time, really pressuring him at this stage. He finally decides to go to the pit, and we lost a little bit of time because the very awkward pit entry. Skipping now to lap 15, also the Haas has come to the pit, and we finally have a little bit of free track to push and use at best our medium tires. As you can see, the gap from the McLaren is 3.1 seconds. Skipping now 2 laps later, we are really pushing as hard as possible because we are in 3rd position at this stage. We have the McLaren in front and the Renault, who also started on medium tires, up ahead. We are now coming to the end of sector 1. Pushing really hard this lap, getting a decent traction, 7th gear for this right-hander. Use a little bit of engine braking, just 2nd gear for a moment, 3rd gear, 4th gear, short shift to avoid wheel spin. We have to attack this left-hander, 4th gear to have a little bit of extra rotation, 5th on the exit. Once again, 6th gear, 4th gear just for a moment, 5th gear once again. Use high and reach for this short straight. Attack this right-hander, 6th gear, trying not to abuse the track limits because we cannot afford another warning for track limits. We have 2 warnings already. Coming now to the start-finish line. Very easy to get track limits warning on this turn 1. Use overtake and reach on the straight. Coming now to the hairpin once again. As you can see, the gap has grown a little bit. We have now 3.9 seconds gap from the McLaren, and once again the safety car has come out. This safety car was really perfect for us because our pit window will be on the very next lap, so we decided to come to the pit in this lap, one lap earlier, and put on some brand new soft tires. And we are gonna pit also under the safety car, so we are gonna lose less time into the pits. We are now coming in for our stop, spotting our braking point for the pit lane, not getting 5-second time penalty this time. Now switching to Red Bull tires. As you can see, a group of cars is going past us onto the finish line. It seems that we are gonna go out in 6th position, and we have a Red Bull on medium tires in front. We are now catching up to the group. Now we are gonna check the penalties and the situation of the guys up ahead, and as you can see, by now we are the only people apart from the leader on soft tires. The other guys are all on the mediums, and I can confirm that the McLaren that overtake us around the outside out of the track has got a 5 seconds time penalty at this stage. The other guys have no penalty at all at this stage. Preparing now to resume racing on lap 21. We really have to pass these guys on mediums as fast as possible to lose less time to the leader, who is on clear air on soft tires. You can see how much traction we have out of the corners comparing to the guys ahead.
Qualche decimo di vantaggio sulla vettura che ti segue.
As you can see, we are really braking hard for this hairpin, and we gain a lot of time. We almost run into the back of the Red Bull. Still not DRS available on this lap. We have to wait 2 more laps for the DRS. We also have the engine, who is a little bit hot because we are in a train of 5 or 6 cars following each other very closely, and on those corners, as you can see, we are really pushing the Red Bull. We have tire advantage over him, trying to stay as much close as possible to him, trying to set up the move, just faking the move down the inside on this very fast right-hander, really close to him in this final corner. Once again, no DRS, use the slipstream, thinking about the move around the inside on this first corner. We better stay behind, line up the pass for this straight. getting a very good exit, use all the slipstream. As you can see, we have not got a very good straight line speed, but we are gonna make the move, sticking to the inside, braking late, leaving a little bit of room for him round the outside, banging wheels on the exit. We are still side by side going into the right-hander downhill, trying to brake as late as possible. He's still side by side with us, but on the exit, thanks to the better traction of the soft tire, we came ahead, and now we have to chase the Alpha ahead, who is also medium tires. And as you can see, we are already gaining a lot of time, both on the Red Bull behind and the Alpha ahead. Try to stay close to him to line up the pass on this straight, getting a very good exit once again. 4th gear, 5th gear, DRS open, overtake and reach. It seems that he is not gonna fight very much because he knows that we are faster at this time, so braking still in the racing line, getting a decent exit, but this time he has got DRS on us. It seems pretty far away, but he decides to go for the inside. We leave a little bit of room for him in the inside, and we manage to stay ahead of him. It's very crucial that we are not losing any more time to the guys ahead. Skipping now to lap 26, we catch up to the Williams ahead. We are now in 4th position. Our tires at this point are still very good. We have a lot of grip, very close to him on this DRS straight, but he has DRS on the McLaren ahead, so we are not gaining enough speed to overtake, going purple in this first sector. Once again, getting a decent exit from here, opening DRS now, but as you can see, the Williams on the straight, it's like a rocket ship. I was really hoping that they gonna fight ahead of us, so we can snatch maybe 2 positions at once, but we have to stay behind once again. And on these corners, as you can see, we have a lot of grip compared to the guys ahead. Using hot lap and reach also in this mini straight, trying to stay as close as possible. We just fake the move down the inside, maybe to force him into an error. We have a very good exit from this first corner, opening DRS. We are really close, but as you can see, he has got DRS on the McLaren and we have no straight line speed to go past him. So once again, very close, but not enough. Skipping now to lap 28. We are now coming into the 3rd sector, really gaining a lot of time on him. Coming now to the last corner. Once again, overtake and reach. We think about the move down the inside. He goes semi-defensive, so we decide to stay behind once again. We have a really good exit. As you can see, he got a very shaky one, so this could be the very best opportunity we have. Use all the slipstream. Once again, he goes semi-defensive. We brake late around the outside. He gives us very little room to play around the outside, so we have poor traction on the curb and we lose a lot of time from him. And now we have to catch back up, and in lap 31 we are once again catch the Williams ahead, but he has still got DRS from the McLaren. The Williams decide to go around the inside of the McLaren. The McLaren gets a very poor exit from the corner, so we decide that this could be our chance to make a move. So we are a little bit far, but we go down the inside of the McLaren. A little lockup. We are still side by side on the exit, trying to squeeze him a little bit wide, and we are past finally, and we have now just one car in front of us. So now we have DRS on the Williams, but the Williams this time will not have DRS on anyone else, and the Renault ahead is just I think 3-4 seconds ahead of us at this stage. We now have DRS on the Williams, but as you can see on the screen, our soft tire starts to go off very badly. We are at 50% tire wear. Once again, we have DRS on this straight using reach and hot lap, high deployment now. We are not gaining enough on him to make a move, so once again we stay behind. We have a little bit of lockup, we are going a little bit deep, and now we are under pressure from the McLaren. We have to defend our position. We have to defend at all costs because we now have to attack the Williams, not to defend from behind. And luckily the McLaren backs out, and we stay in third position. We are now closing once again to the Williams, who has got, I think, very old mediums. As you can see now, the Williams has a little bit of a gap from us because our tires are pretty much dead at this stage, so we are using DRS to stay with him rather than attacking him. In the straight line we lose a lot of time, so we are just hanging on the back of him rather than attacking. We are planning an attack at the last lap, because if we get past him, he could easily get past us with DRS, because he has a lot better straight line speed. We are now skipping into the last lap of the race. As you can see, the gap remained pretty much the same. We are not close enough to make a move. We are now using everything we had, reach and overtake, to stay close to him. Coming now to the first corner, locking up a little bit, going wide, and this set up us on the defense from the McLaren ahead, behind. We go semi-defensive, braking very late, locking up, just slightly missing our braking point, now sliding all over the place, very bad traction. Our soft tires are on fire and the McLaren gets past us. At this stage I decided, okay, I lost the position, but the McLaren has got 5 seconds time penalty, so we should come home P3. So in this last sector I just said to bring the car to the finish line, because our softs are really worn at this stage. As you can see, also the Renault, who was very far ahead, now is not very far from the Williams, who is in second place. We are now coming to the last corners, coming now to the start-finish straight, crossing the finish line just now. As you can see, we come on P3 because the McLaren has a penalty, but as the results screen loads, as you can see on the top left, we are just in P3 and 0.4 seconds away from P2, because the Renault up ahead had got a penalty. At this stage I was really angry with myself, because if I knew that he had a penalty I would have fought very harder with the Williams, because it would be the fight for the win. But we came home in P3, happy because it was a very hard and tough race, but now a little bit frustrated because we have been really close to the win. As you can see, we are the only people with no penalties, as also the leader, and we are just cam P3 by 0.4 seconds. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed F1-1.